folks, we're back here on the Bossman Show. Got a great guest for you from the show. A guy's team I support a lot. Glad to see him doing well. Coach of the Southeast Missouri Redhawks, the man himself, Coach Rick Ray on the Bossman Show. Coach Ray, how life in Cape Girardeau going right now, man?
Well, it's going good. Anytime you can get some wins in conference play, especially on the road, things seem to always go better after that.
You got that right, Coach. You swooped that Illinois swing up there, SIUE, playing Eastern Illinois by the same score, Coach, of 86-74, going to 4-4 in conference play, man. You got some symmetry going on right there, Coach. So talk to me about that. What were the key factors in you guys getting these 2 wins on the road up there in Illinois, man, and getting your team on a good momentum as we come in the last part of the season here, going down the stretch here?
Well, I tell you, boss, man, it's really an anomaly that our past 2 games, the score has been 86-74. But I'll give you even one better. The past 3 games, period, we've scored 86 points. So I've been coaching now for 25 years. I've never seen anything like that. But, I think the key to our team improving right now is just what we're doing on the defensive end. We're such a young and inexperienced team. We only returned 3 guys that ever played Division I college basketball, and only 1 guy really played significant minutes of those 3. So we've really struggled on the defensive end, but our offense has always been ahead, what we're doing defensively. So we're leading the OVC in scoring, averaging about 76 points a game. But we're finally starting to put together a defensive performance. We really guarded well for a half, at Eastern Illinois, and then also for 1 half at Southern SIUE. So what we need to do now in order to become a complete team is put together 2 halves of defending. So we're just really pleased with the effort our guys are giving and just the way they continue to develop.
Now, Coach, you're doing a lot of shell drills with them to kind of get them in that rhythm to want to play good defense, get them a lot of shell drills, doing like maybe some all-practice days or nothing but defensive drill work to get them in shape, Coach, because I know you love defense, man. If you ain't defending, you ain't playing.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's really been something that's been hard for me. Because I'm a defensive-minded guy, I'm really proud of the way our team is starting to make strides offensively in the way I've grown as an offensive basketball coach. And that's from getting a chance to go visit with some of the people that I've worked with that are moved on to become head coaches. Just really fortunate to be a guy who worked for Matt Painter. And, all 3 of our assistants that was there at that point in time are now all head coaches, and surprisingly so. All in the state of Missouri. So you got Conzo Martin at Mizzou and then Paul Lusk at Missouri State, and Jack Owens has moved on to Miami, Ohio. And then I had a chance to work for Brad Brownell, and Earl Grant is doing a terrific job at College of Charleston, and Richie Riley over at Nichols. So I just get a chance to go around and talk basketball with those guys, and they've helped me offensively and vice versa. But disappointed because I've always been a grinded out, get into your face defense, and the way the rules have changed and the way they've opened up the game, it's really hard to play that physical brand of defense anymore. So, our offense has made huge strides. We just got to continue to get these guys to have some pride, and that's what we talked about a lot with our guys, is having a lot of individual pride that, hey, it should bother you, that your man beat you one-on-one. And then also just team pride, being there for your brother and not leaving him on the island one-on-one. So, just trying to get those concepts down and just being really, really competitive, in our practices one-on-one.
Folks, we got Rick Ray here at the Bossman Show. SEMO Redhawks, they're playing Tennessee Tech, Jacksonville State to come on this week in OVC Conference play. Now, Coach, as you play these 2 teams here, Tennessee Tech, Jacksonville State, Coach, they're a little bit ahead in the standings here. So it gives you a chance to gain some ground on these guys and challenge your team to play up to the competition in the conference. So in practice this week, you kind of talking to the guys about, hey, this is good competition we got to play here. Challenge yourself against these guys, show them what we're made of, show them we made strides here, what you're trying to teach them, try to give them a challenge them to play well on the road here.
Yeah, and the thing that's really fortunate for us, we're sitting at 4-4 in conference play, and the 3 teams that are ahead of us, right in the standings, are Jacksonville State sitting at 6-2, Murray State sitting at 6-2, and Belmont at 7-1. But then right in front of us is Tennessee Tech at 5-3. So we've got a chance to pull even with Tennessee Tech if we can go still 1 on the road. And what you want to look for is you try to look for splits on the road if possible, and try to protect your home court. Well, we haven't protected our home court. We're 2-2 at home. and 2-2 on the road. So we got to steal some games here on the road. But, we talked to our guys about those standings, and if we can go and kind of give a blow to Tennessee Tech at their place, now it gives you a chance to play a game that means something when you go play at Jacksonville State.
Yeah, you got that right, Coach. It's 94 miles from my home in Atlanta, so you're right close to there. So hopefully my fans will be cheering for you, not Jacksonville State, cheering for SEMO, not JSU. I'm just saying. They're close, but don't cheer for them. Not on this show here. We roll with the Redhawks around here. That's what we do here.
Well, I appreciate that. All the help that we can get, we're going to take that.
No doubt. Now, Coach, you mentioned a little bit about how your young team you have now. How exciting is it, though, for you coaching a young team, knowing that they can have a class that can grow for you? You got some experienced juniors as well. You got some young sophomores and freshmen here growing that your guys can be really good in 2 or 3 years for us being older in the conference and can compete with Belmonts of the world who stay old a little bit here. They're bringing guys who stay old. So how's that when you look at recruiting and trying to build your roster? Does that really make you excited knowing that you can have class balance going forward?
Yeah, well, I think you bring up a great point about being old. I think if you look at any so-called mid-major powerhouse or a team that's really good at the mid-major ranks, the reason why they're good is because, like you said, they're old. So they've either got some guys that are transferred in that had a chance to sit out a year and grow as a player. So you got graduate seniors and graduate juniors, fourth-year juniors, or you have guys that have matriculated in your program, freshmen, coming sophomores or juniors, and now they know your program and they know what it takes to be successful at this level. So that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to become an older team, and the best thing about it now, you can be young and look forward to the future, or you can be young and not be very good. I think we'll be in that first category. We're young, and I think we got some really good players that are young for us. Denzel Mahoney, who's the second leading scorer in the OVC, was a freshman of the year last year and second team all OVC, just having a terrific year for us. He's just a sophomore. Our second leading scorer is a freshman out of Meridian, Mississippi, Ladarius Brewer. Our fourth leading scorer is a freshman, a 6'9" young man by the name of Justin Carpenter. So we think our future is really, really bright. We like the fact that we're starting to stack recruiting classes. You can't just have one good recruiting class and expect to be good. You've got to stack those. And we've got a redshirt kid, Khalil Cuffey, out of the Atlanta area that we think is going to be a major contributor for us next year. We've got a young man sitting out, Skylar Hogan, who we think is going to be a really good player. So I think our future is really, really bright. We signed a young man by the name of Alex Hendricks. He's out of South Carolina. We think he's going to be a terrific player for us. So, I like the fact that we're scoring the ball and we're learning, we're developing, and I'm just excited about what we can do with this program. And I think any fan base, they want to see development. They want to see the team develop, and they want to see players develop individually. And if you're not doing that as a coaching staff, then you're really doing that team a disservice, and especially individually, you're doing that young man a disservice by not getting him better.
And, Coach, you also make the players better by being better men, getting them degrees. So you stress academics. You also have your program with class. You don't cheat. You don't do none of that stuff that we know go on in business. We ain't gonna talk about it, but you try to get you try to get young men degrees in your program. You try to get them to be better men, better fathers, better husbands. So talk about your belief system and about that. How you try to make these young men good basketball players, yes, but also good men for the community as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you this, boss man, and I think what's happening in our profession, in our business, we're losing sight of why we got into this business. I got in this business to help our young men, to be a guy who's a mentor for them and help them develop, not just on the court, but also off the court. And I think anytime we lose sight of that and we start chasing jobs and chasing money and chasing the limelight, that's when I think, it becomes off course there. And it's that old, one of the deadly sins is greed. And I think that comes into play here. So, for me, it's all about what are we doing for these young men to make them better people. And so we talk about that word development. It's not just on the court, it's off the court. And what we talk about is I'm a first-generation college graduate, first person in my family to graduate from college. I got my degree in applied mathematics, went on and got my master's. And so for me, it's really important, the education piece of it. So I'm really proud to say that anybody that's ever played for me has graduated. So 100% graduation rate. So that's the thing I'm most proud of is I had a young man come and speak to our team that played for me when I was an assistant coach at Indiana State. And he gave an unbelievable testimony and speech to our guys about like what it takes in order to be successful, not just on the court, but also in life. He had a chance to play basketball overseas in Italy, Greece, Australia, and just had an unbelievable experience. But to hear him give that testimony, and when I knew him, when he was a player for me, I would have never guessed that he was a person that could come out there and give an eloquent speech and be so impressive. And that just filled me up with pride and joy that, you know, I made a difference in that young man's life. And now he's a grown man. He's going out and doing the things that we want to do, which is, you know, deliver a message and try to help people.
And, Coach, like I said, speaking of that same point, when you got to Southeast Missouri, you convince guys to stay and finish what they started, which is a lot of times the guys transfer out when a new coach comes. But you kept guys there to give them finish what they started. And that's testament to who you are as a person and people, guys trusting you and your belief system. Because I'll tell you, Coach, a lot of guys would not care about guys they didn't recruit per se, but you still care about those young men no matter what. They're Redhawks. You care about them and you want them to do well. That shows how you as a person and how parents should want you to coach their son going forward if you're good enough to play for Saudi and you can defend, of course, and play for the Redhawks and help you guys out.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, anytime you go through a transition of a new coach coming in and a coach leaving, people can say what they want to, but that coaching staff, whether it be the head coach or assistant coach, plays a huge role in a young man's decision to come and play basketball and get an education at a specific institution. Now, there's other factors, no question about it, proximity, degree, major, things like that. But when it's all said and done, that school is not picking up and going to go do a home visit with that young man. That school is not picking up and going to do a school visit with the young man. It's the coaching staff that goes into that house and sells that program and sells that university. So when there's a coaching change, you've got to be fair to these young men because they didn't sign up for that coaching change. But you want to give them every opportunity to still be a part of your program. Now, they got to want to be a part of your program by abiding by some simple things. We have 5 simple rules that we talk about all the time. The second one is don't do anything to embarrass yourself, your family, the basketball program, or the university. Third thing is live up to your expectations as a student athlete. 4 is be on time, and 5 is no drugs. And so, like, if you can just do those simple things, then we can work. The basketball is going to be simple.
Exactly.
So, you know, we want to give these guys an opportunity and a chance to be successful. And I just think it's wrong when you take over a program. You know, I hate hearing this expression, you know, well, when I get my guys in here or when I get my recruits in here. When you sign that contract and you agree to become the head coach at that specific institution, they become your guys.
Amen.
It has nothing to do, you know, with like that. So I just think that's totally unfair when you hear that and when people say that. Those are your guys. You signed the contract. You need to give them an opportunity, and you need to coach them up both on and off the court.
And final for your coach is I want to get you talk about your culture because I feel like you have to be so happy. Culture, you said Southeast Missouri because with the program and the increase of wins that you've been in your third year, almost through your third year. So that's how happy you from day one when you got there to now about how your program is so set with your foundation and your culture. You have got a chance to build this out right, and now in the future you're going to prosper from the fruits of your labor these first 3 years of the programs since you've been up there in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's a labor of love. There's no question about it. Everybody knows how hard you have to work in this profession to get things done, and especially when you're trying to get it done the right way. But, we just had a tremendous jump in our program last year. We were 23rd in the nation as far as, like, most improved teams in the nation in regards to wins. Bossman, we were 327th in the nation in taking care of the basketball 2 years ago, and we made a jump from being 327th in the nation to being 49th in the nation and taking care of the basketball. And, so just the jumps that we made there, we were 336th in the nation in free throw percentage, and we went from that to 59th in the nation in free throw percentage. So the little things that were getting us beat turning the ball over, not making our free throws, having the opportunity to recruit and go out, get guys that can make 3-pointers and make sound decisions. That's why our wins jumped so much and we improved as a basketball team, because we went out and recruited some skilled guys that wanted to do things the right way. So, we're going to be better even this year. Our wins are going to continue to increase. I like where we're going here. So I just think that just not just us, but the community, our administration has been phenomenal in supporting us in the decisions that we make and what we're trying to get done here. But this is a program that's on the rise, and if you look at our roster and look what we have coming in, you see all that youth and talent, I think our fan base should be excited, because I know that I am.
Well, Coach, I've told people to watch out for you guys next year. I've already been talking to people about that. Watch out. My man got some guys. Coach, I've been touring your horn, man. They'll tell you. I've been saying it. Hey, Southeast Missouri gonna be bad to deal with next year. Y'all ain't gonna want it. Y'all think y'all got it made at OPC? Nah. I'm telling y'all gonna be good next year. I know it. I see it. Of course, I trust in you, Coach. I trust in you, Coach, and your coach's ability. You can coach your ass off. I'm gonna go and say on the radio. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm seeing you next. I know you can do the thing. So I trust you with all my might to bet on the Redhawks to do good next year, Coach. So, hey, man, Coach, I was good to get you on the show, man. I'm happy for you guys up there, man. Happy for your program. Look forward to talking to you again down the road, Coach. Good luck this weekend, man.
Well, boss, man, I appreciate you having me on, and best of luck to you. And I always appreciate when you have me on your show.
All right, folks. Rick right here on the Bossman Show, people.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Jill, you're a genius.
All right, folks, we're back here on the Bossman Show, joined by guests we had on last year from the Athletic Bay area, the author of the Miraculous Rise of Steph Curry, Marcus Thompson on Bossman Show. Marcus, how things out there in the Bay Area, man?
Oh, man, you know, we live the life out here. This is Cali life, so we're good. Weather's good. Teams are good. Lots of drama. We like it.
Now, let me ask you this, because you're in the Bay Area, so how has the vibe been since John Gruden came back out there to be with the Raiders?
Oh, man, it's lit. You know, this is there's like probably one or two players who could probably get the Bay that hype, and, you know, as far as the NFL is concerned. Maybe if they somehow got Aaron Rodgers, right? It would take something like that. But I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers would get the bay as hype as John Gruden, just because the Raiders' whole mystique is old school, back in the day, and Gruden is like the last time they were really good. So it's turned in a way you just don't see coaches get a city turned, and that's like the Raiders haven't been this hype in a long time. So John Gruden is ready.
Yeah, I see, man. Look, as y'all say, the he got a hella hype out there, right? Is that how y'all say it out there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
Y'all say it in Atlanta too. Everybody bid our hella. Once Jay-Z said it was over.
But you said, Jay.
Hella's international now.
All day. Hyphy and hella. All that on Bay Area for life. I feel you, man. Now, I got to hit you about these Warriors, man. The Rockets are chirping, running their mouth, talking smack, running junk. I mean, from the Warriors' perspective, did they view them as a threat at all this season? They just thought they just a little pesky. The ones that want to run their mouths, and they ain't accomplished nothing yet in the league with Chris Paul and them boys and James Harden.
I think they didn't see him as a threat, but I think now because Clint Capella, decided to pop off at the mouth. I think now it's even more than that. Like they want to send a message to him. They beaten Houston like two of the last 3 years in the playoffs, and they got Chris Paul now, who they've beaten regularly. So I think now they are awakened to Houston. So when they do meet, they're going to want to prove a point. So any chance Houston had of kind of slipping by or being overlooked, that's all out now. Because now it's like, all right, let me set you up. And really, to be honest, that's probably not the smart move by Houston. And I bet you James Harden and Chris Paul was like, Clint, what are you doing? Shut your mouth. Because the best bet you have with the Warriors is for them to kind of be disconnected, to be not mentally engaged, to turn the ball over, to take crazy shots. But once they lock in and they want to beat you, then it becomes that much more tough. So he definitely just made it much harder for the Rockets to beat the Warriors.
And, the Rockets are popping off at the mouth now. That's not a big piece of the puzzle, but Iguodala didn't play, and Jordan Bell didn't play. And so you beat the Warriors at not full strength. You had Harden coming back on the men's restriction. Chris Paul was there. Bob Taylor was there. But you to keep cause that bench to slow you down, Mike D'Antoni and the Rockets, wasn't there. And you pop off at the mouth.
I mean, look, they won, right? So they in the building and they feeling themselves. So that's how it goes. And the Warriors have not beat them with Chris Paul and James Harden together. They lost the opener to the same Rockets, on ring night. So they got a little something. Look, if one team can get hot and beat the Warriors in Houston, like they shown them, they make all kind of threes and they're clicking offensively, they can get a game. And this team showed they probably get enough to get 2. But they got to get 4 to win the series. And I think they even know that that's tough to do. So, you notice who's popping off, by the way.
Yep.
It's Clint Capella, it's Eric Gordon, it's dudes coming off the bench. It ain't the dude, like Kevin Durant said, it's not the dudes who have to carry the load and who's going to have to bear the brunt of beating the Warriors, right? It's not the guys, it's not Chris Paul, it's not James Harden. The players who, if they lose, are going to have to answer about it in the press conference. It's the guys who you probably don't hear from very much, who, talking the crazy. So I think that says a lot. If Chris Paul starts talking, then probably we got something brewing here.
No doubt. Marcus Thompson here on the Bossman Show. Now, Marcus, being around the Warriors organization the way you are, how happy they were with the development of Kevon Looney finally? You got Jordan Bell before he got hurt, and Pat McCaw. How happy is player development of the Warriors and Bob Myers feeling about these young guys contributing off the bench here?
It's funny because at first Patrick McCaw was like the crown jewel, right? He was like the second round sign. He was going to be really good. And Kevon Looney was like the first round bust, the guy who they were like, man, get out of here. But as the season has played, Kevon Looney's become the one who looks like the fine, right? He's the one who's been balling. He's reliable. And Patrick McCaw sometimes, man, he looks like he's too shook to take a shot. So Looney's development has been great, and Patrick McCaw has kind of declined. But Jordan Bell, that dude is a monster. He's going to be a beast. Everybody know it. It's just like a matter of time before he gets the regular minutes. Now he's hurt. He's going to be out a while, so that's more for Looney. But the Warriors, they do a good job of finding those little sleepers that nobody's paying attention to. And you got to do that when you're paying 4 dudes $25 million and up. You better find you a sleeper or two, right? So This is how they got to do it. They got to find some sneaky, some low key, cheap players who can ball out. And they got a couple. Out of the last 3, they got at least 2 for sure.
Yeah. Now, also, Marcus, and looking at these young guys, will they squeeze guys like Swaggy P out for times, Zaza Pachulia, and Caspi in the playoffs with the way they're playing right now and developing?
Well, Pachulia is going to play. Steve Kerr loves him, so he's not going to play much, but he's going to get that. He's going to get that first 6 minutes of the first and third quarter, and he might get a few minutes here and there. So he probably gets somewhere between 12 and 15. But Swaggy's showing up lately. At first, it wasn't looking too good. He was out of shape. He wasn't hitting threes like that. But lately, it seemed like he's learning how to play, from champions. And the Warriors have a kind of way about them. They're like the Spurs in that way. When you come around them, you got to play like them. Otherwise, you probably won't play that much, and it'll stand out like if you're not producing. So I think he's kind of bought into it. And, I think he's loving the Bay, like, the music, the women, the food, and just the lifestyle. I think he's loving it out here. I think he's in a good place, and that's translating onto the court. So I think he might get the minutes in the playoffs instead of Patrick McCaw, and probably nobody would have predicted that when the season started.
You got that right. And also, I'm amazed by David West, man. He plays with such a precision guy. I know he's probably
David West needs to sell whatever David West is on. He needs to sell it for $59.99 because that dude is 23 again. I don't know what the heck is happening, but you see him out here dunking and blocking.
I see him. That's why I'm like, dude, got me amazed.
Like, you're 37, man. You're supposed to be chilling. Nah, man, I don't know what he's done. And maybe he's winning a championship, right? Maybe he found this whole new zeal and vigor from winning the title. But, man, like, he looked like he could play like 3 or 4 more years. Not like a starter, but just off the bench. He's already averaging his career high in blocks at 37. Like, he blocking shots like he's never blocked them before. And, he's one of them dudes, too, like, you don't mess with David West.
No, you
don't. It's like when the fight break out and everybody talking, and then he step in, everybody shut up, right? Like, that's David West. So they could use a dude like that because, players are always trying to try the Warriors, so to speak. But if you got David West on the roster, like, you got Devo with you. So
yeah.
They could use him. This dude might be 40 years old playing in the NBA. I don't know what he taking, but he needs to sell it.
Well, I heard he said he's going to make this be his last year, but is he backed off that when he's playing so well? Is he going to come back now when he's playing so well?
I think because he's playing so well, I think that might change things. Here's what it will change. It'll change how much the Warriors want him. And look, if he's having fun and they win championships, what's wrong with putting the extra $3 million in your pocket, right? So,
hey,
it sounds good. He gonna quit, but he was saying that before he looked like this. Now he's the best center on the Warriors team. Like he's the best true center on the team, and who saw that coming? The dude is 37.
Exactly, and JaVale McGee's persona non grata. We don't see him anymore. He just sits over there in cheerleads, right? We don't see him. Hopefully, we don't see JaVale. Hopefully, right?
Man, he's become like the last dude on the bench. And you know what? I got to give JaVale props because everybody knows he wants to play more. And it's got to hurt, right? Imagine going from where he was kind of like almost like out the league in the benches. People forgot about him. And then he had this renaissance last year. And people knew who he was, and he was producing on a high level, and he was playing for a champion. Like JaVale reached such heights last year, like half the country was getting mad at Shaq for clowning, right? So everybody turned on Shaq, like, leave JaVale alone, like, JaVale our homie. And he went from that, like, he tasted that, and now he, like, right back to where he was.
Yeah.
Where, like, he's at the end of the bench, nobody checking for him. So I got to give him props because he's handled it like a true pro. He's not causing any problems. You don't see him complaining. You don't see him griping, and just how the NBA works, this would have been a problem for most guys. But he's handling himself like a pro, so he should get credit for that. But I don't think you're going to see him very much because this is a pick-and-roll league, and he doesn't play pick-and-roll defense very well. So if you got anybody who's good in a pick-and-roll, if they're on the court, they call him to put him in the pick-and-roll because he just can't manage it after all these years. So he won't play very much.
I hear you now. What's your sense about from being about ownership and that going to finally max out Thompson and Draymond Green, only giving Durant his max? So are they going to really pay that super tax to keep all four of them guys, and then having to pay baby Jordan Bell in a year because he's a second round pick, and pay Looney maybe and pay West? So is only going to really put the money out to pay these guys going to that Chase Center come up in 2019?
I mean, look, unless Clay and Draymond start looking not that good in 2 years, right? Well, Draymond's up next, but then Clay, Clay's up next and then Draymond. So Draymond is probably the one who, might be on the cusp because if he's not playing well, like an all-star, they probably will be hesitant to pay him. Clay, they probably won't be hesitant to pay Clay. The question is, does he want the full max? I don't think they're giving either one of those dudes full maxes. They'll both be 30. But I think they'll get them in that 25 range. The truth is, though, man, the Warriors make so much money. And they're about to get this new arena, and they're going to make so much more money. And then they're going to get a new TV deal, make so much more money. And then they're going to get a new radio deal. Like, the owner is a money dude, and he knows how to get money. And I think he's smart enough to know he watched what happened in Miami. You just don't break up these dynasties for money. That's not the reason you do it. Do it because somebody slept with his teammate and had a baby by his point guard or something. And then there's drama and they got to be separated, right? Like, that's the reason you break it up. You don't break it up because you're crying poor mouth while you win a championship. So, in the end, I think he'll pay for them. If they're producing at a high level, he'll pay. And then he'll pay for Jordan Bell because Jordan Bell just takes Zaza play. So, the money shouldn't be a problem. He should be like Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri, old school money ain't a thing, with the top down screaming out. Like,
money ain't a thing, yeah.
That should be the Warriors owner. That should be the Warriors owner because, man, they are making all kind of money, and they still haven't even made the big money yet when that stadium opens.
And final one for you, this man, Jason Kidd, Barry dudes, got fired by the Milwaukee Bucks. I want to ask you your opinion on his firing, and also, do you think he'll end up in the league next year coaching somewhere once this coaching carousel gets going after the season here?
I don't think so because, the league is going real heavy analytics now. So it's all about data and analytics and, that kind of advanced level of basketball. And I think they're going away from former players. And some of the guys that you're seeing, like Mark Jackson should have a job, but he's a former player. And that's not really appealing unless you got them X's and O's to another level. So I don't know if they'll be checking for Jay Kidd like that. Maybe in a few years, maybe if he gets a couple of them little brainiacs on his staff. But generally they're looking for those types. I think Fizdale will probably get a job before him because Fizdale is one of them analytics types. The interesting part about Jay Kidd is, Milwaukee's going to Milwaukee, I guess, because afterwards Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't know about it and is unhappy about it, and Lightweight told Jay Kidd, look, man, let me know what you need me to do. I'll ride with you. I'll call my agent. He about ready to demand the trade. Do whatever it takes. It's how do they not inform Giannis yet? This dude might be the best player in the NBA in 2 years, and he don't even know what's going on. So now, if whoever they pick next, if they don't get this right, he already pissed that they let Jason Kidd go. So then they bring in a bad coach. Giannis might be out. They might have cost themselves a franchise star, one of the best players ever, on some stupid stuff about firing Jay Kidd. I ain't saying don't fire him. I'm saying talk to your star player. Make sure he's on board. Make sure everything is cool. We'll sell him on it, and then now you make the move. But now the way he looking now, he's feeling like, these teams ain't loyal. These franchises make that mistake all the time. like it's business, whatever. These dudes are players. They're humans. They got feelings. And you already got one strike against you. And you got two strikes against you because you're in Milwaukee. Right? Because ain't nobody really trying to be in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
so
what you said.
The third strike is if this don't work, right, and then LA come calling, what you gonna do?
Go to LA.
You out. Exactly.
Buck's gonna buck, Hawk's gonna hawk, King's gonna king. It never changes, right?
Right. Right.
It
will change one day though, because the Warriors used to be in that mix. Right, so
yes,
I know you remember back in the day the old school Warriors.
I sure do.
Most people don't know about them Warriors, huh?
Yeah,
you gotta be an OG to know about the Warriors before this.
Warriors, those Warriors.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I
remember. So yeah,
boy.
It might be hope one day.
Right? He was the chief.
Yep, Gary St. Jean.
Yeah. When those,
I
remember. I said I'm an NBA head, so I remember all that when that Warriors. After they got rid of Chris Webber, Chris Miller left, all them dudes left. Tim Harvard to Miami. They went down. TMC left. Don Nelson went on, did his thing, and then that was it. Then he came back, brought them back.
That was it.
That special team.
That was
playing
it.
Them 8 dudes.
That we believe 1 year.
Yeah, man. Hey, I remember Charles Barkley had to wear a Warrior jersey because he talked junk. The Warrior ain't no way they going. They had to wear a jersey. Sausalito, with that, all that kind. It was funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the We Believe Warriors.
Yeah, I remember that.
My team. I loved them. You know,
yeah, that team was nice. They have one of those every now and again, you know. So if the Warriors can do it, then Atlanta definitely should be able to do it. I don't know what the heck the Hawks
we got
doing,
Travis Slink, so we got Travis Slink here. So hopefully we can rub off some of that good Warrior karma on the Hawks, and I can enjoy basketball here and not know I'm gonna get swept in the second round or the conference finals at the end of the playoffs. I hope I can look forward to that. But I can't wait for the Warriors come to town on March 6th. I can't wait for it. See, hopefully Steve Kerr will do me a favor, have my buddy Damian Jones on the roster that day. I know him for the days up there at Vanderbilt. So hopefully Damian Jones can be on the roster eventually. But I don't know. Damian should stay in school another year. I told him that myself. But at least he's with the Warriors, so he's all right with me.
Right, and he getting paid, so he good.
Exactly. Because look, I'll tell you, I wear Warrior gear. I don't wear Hawk gear. I wear Warrior gear around here. Because I'm a winner.
They're gonna get you, are they?
Hey, look here. If it's not the Dominique Wilkins Hawk stuff, I don't want to wear it because this new Hawk logo, it gets on my nerves. I'm not down with the electric vote green, whatever they want to call it. I'm down with the Pac-Man look, the Steve Smith look, the 97 Hawk look. I love that look of the Hawks, those colors.
What? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The Sharif Abdul-Rahim look.
Yes, we played in the Georgia Dome look. We played in the Georgia Tech look for while the Omni got tore down. So, yeah, man. So, that's my Hawks I like. But since I can't get those Hawk colors, I rebuild and wear Warrior gear because, I appreciate them. Because, so y'all do good work out there, man. I'll support you guys. So it's all good because y'all have my man Ian talking the team from Belmont, who I know pretty well. So y'all keep getting guys that I know pretty well. So I cheer for you guys.
Hey, man, Too Short, a long time ago, being connected to Bay in Atlanta. So, the Bay Area Atlanta connection is as thick as ever. So yeah, we definitely welcome your support because we ride with the ATL in the town.
Yes, indeed. And okay, I know I'm getting trouble saying on the radio, but Marcus, back in my younger youth days, I had me an old cougar lived out in the Bay Area to come out and see. 19 years old, she's in her 40s, and then
see?
Your boy used to mess with her. She doing her thing, and now she got a good job in the court system now. I ain't gonna say her name, but me and her used to be cool. We go on BART, ride around. Man, I remember all about it, bro. About 19 back at the Dolphins.
And now we know the real reason you wearing that Warriors jersey.
hey,
now we know the real
truth. The Bears treats me well. I'm loyal.
Yeah, right. The Vader plugged you a little bit. Yeah, I got. Yeah. Now we know the truth.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, Marks, man, it's been a pleasure having the show again, brother. I had to do it again around playoff time again. Get this playoff preview with you on the Warriors tip, man. But I love what you're doing at LA, man. Keep up the good work, man. We gotta talk to you real soon, brother. Stay up, homie.
Absolutely.
It's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
That time of the week you're hearing Shawty Low. They know he is. This week going to my man in Memphis, Tennessee, the king of karaoke. He did karaoke himself. Is JC Smith with us for 3-man weave. With 2-man today. We got 1 man down, but we can handle the whole down 2 of us. JC, what's good, bro?
Hey man, it's all about you, boss. We're gonna run that pick and roll like Stock in the Karl Malone, man.
No, that gets you that elbow jumper, bro. Knock it on down, man. Knock it on down, bro.
Yeah. Little give and go action, man.
No doubt, well, bro. Let's jump into it. These Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Drama. These dudes look like they don't want to be around each other no more. Losing games by 30, team meetings, best friends calling each other out in team meetings. I mean, like, bro, what was going on in Cleveland? They need to make a trade ASAP, bro.
Yeah, man. It's definitely some issues going on up there in Believe Land right now. And, I think it all started, honestly, from, of course, everything that happened with Kyrie and Isaiah and all that right before the season started. But even before that, I think once D-Wade came aboard, and LeBron was like, all right, D-Wade, I got a starting spot for you here on my team. And J.R. Smith was like, hey, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Because, word was J.R. was putting in the work during the summer. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready for this season, thinking that he's going to have a starting role again. And he's got pushed to the wayside, man. So I think everything kind of just spiraled downhill from there into all the problems you're seeing now, man. Tristan Thompson, like, I know he's coming off the injury and everything, but it's something to be said. Once you go Kardashian, you really never come back. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So, he's dealing with all that. Right, exactly. And Isaiah, he's a good player, but of course he's still hurt and trying to recover to get back to who he used to be. But at the end of the day, he's a 5'9", dynamo that's going to score points but can't play defense. So the Cavaliers have a lot of problems. Not sure they're going to be able to get it together, before the playoffs and go on a run, man. Like, I think they're primed for a takedown, man. I'm not even sure if Cleveland gets to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think, they could get knocked off in the second round the way they're looking right now, man.
Yeah, man, like, I think they can, bro, because, like, when you got that much dysfunction, it's like you can't win. I mean, Shaq and Kobe did it, but it's pretty much like LeBron James and a bunch of role players. And you got role players playing out of a role. Like Kevin Love is not, he's not a 3-point shooter. He likes to be in the post.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas is a ball dominant player. He's not himself right now. Dwayne Wade is coming off the bench. Kyle Korver can only do one thing. They have a lot of guys who want to do one thing, and it's actually just shoot the ball, but they don't defend. And these lineups Tyloo's going with, like, sometimes you get an embarrassment of riches. They have all these names, but all these names don't fit together, and that's the problem.
Man.
They don't fit,
and it don't fit, man. The pieces of the puzzle don't fit, and then look at poor Derrick Rose. He needs to be basically killing at the house, really, man, because he has been a non-factor in the league now for the last couple of years. He did have one decent season in New York, man, but just psychologically, something's going on with D Rose where he's just not mentally locked in anymore into playing basketball, man. And then, you got Crowder. He's pretty much taking up space. He's not really doing anything out there, man. So it's not one guy you really point to this other than LeBron that you could say is really playing well for the Cavaliers right now. And LeBron has to, put all that on his broad shoulders and try to carry that team. And I don't know at his age now. He's coming off to 30,000 points last night. In San Antonio. And don't be surprised if LeBron ends up in San Antonio, for the next few years, man.
Or Houston.
Or Houston. But, man, I got a really good sense about the way he was embracing Spurs, the way he's embracing Popovich after the game last night. Like, that could be a great destination for him when you really think about it.
Yeah. Would that mean you trade away LaMarcus Aldridge or Kawhi fit his salary into a max slot on that roster? Like, so you know how the salary cap, you got to figure out how to work him in as a free agent. So, or you can do a sign and trade potentially with some guys on the Spurs roster to bring him in.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
There's some ways to do it.
They'll definitely figure it out. Yeah, oh yeah.
Now,
they'll definitely work a way out there.
Now we got the Woj bomb is they're trying to trade Shannon and Fry, Iman Shumpert, and a second round pick for George Hill. What does that solve?
Nothing. I mean, George Hill, he's going to give you all that effort, on both, both ends of the court there. But, yeah, it really doesn't do anything for you. And I also heard about the Kemba Walker possibility as well, And that would be an upgrade, at point guard over Isaiah Thomas right now. But it's nothing the Cavaliers can do to salvage this season. They just have to go pretty much what they have. And, just try to look in the playoffs, but they're getting knocked off this year. And like I said, I don't think they make it to the conference finals this year.
And David Aldridge is reporting, bro, that they didn't give him sell his majority share in the Cavaliers. He's doing, and it gets worse for him, right?
Hey, why not, man?
Cash out while you can.
Everybody's trying to jump ship, right? Everybody's trying to jump ship right now in Cleveland, man.
And we cashing out. We cashing out. All right, folks.
No doubt.
That was our first segment of Three Man Weave. We got a bonus one for you, JC and myself. We hope since there's two of us, we're gonna give you two segments of Three Man Weave. You feel me? So back with Three Man Weave after the break, we're gonna talk about the New England Patriots and what they got going on. JC, Bossman, Three Man Weave. We here. Get at us.
It's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Folks, back on the Bossman Show. More 3-man league, Bone Sapiens in the 3-man league with JC and the Boss Man. We're going to give you some topics about the New England Patriots, JC, who are now going to their 8th Super Bowl and through this dynasty that they have got going up there in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Now, JC, we had some reports of discord between the hood man, Bill Belichick, TB12, after they excommunicated his training guy, Alex Guerrero, and Bob Kraft over the Jimmy Garoppolo move them, send him to San Francisco. I don't know how much of it is true, how much of it is false, but there's some discord there. Then the playoffs, they get down there. It's Jacksonville. Rex Burkhead somehow on a handoff slices my man's hand open. I'm trying to figure out how you slice somebody's hand open on a handoff. I don't know how that happens, but whatever clever. Maybe trying to slice open a bagel and guys start saying that way. They just make an excuse for it. Who knows? It's the Patriots. They make up anything all the time. And then they're down to Jacksonville, the Florida men themselves, and Blake Bortles is going to pull off the unthinkable. But then Blake Bortles delay a game penalty, change the whole flow of that game in the second half. Had Brady them down by 10. Miles Jack recovers a fumble from Deion Lewis, but they blew them dead. They ran around a touchdown. It was a 7-8-point lead. After that, the Jaguars folded. They had conservative, couldn't get anything going on offense. JC, they lost the game, and the Patriots are returning to the Super Bowl once again. But the Philadelphia Eagles, who I don't want to cheer for, but I will go on the Patriots. But that's another story for next week. But we'll go in like that. So, bruh, set you up where you hey, take everyone to go, my brother.
Well, like I said, the evil empire strikes again. Patriots going right back to the Super Bowl once again. What is this, like a 10th trip now to Super Bowl, I believe?
Overall, yeah, but in this down space.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I said, 8 with the Brady era, 10 overall now. And there's nothing you can really compare them to as far as the NFL. I think the closest comparison, of course, as far as their system and how they operate as a organization, it's called cross sports. Would be the Spurs, kind of similar, to how they do things. But I mean, it's amazing, man. Now I'm not a Patriot hater or anything like that, but I would love to see them get knocked out, see them get beat. But I'm not sure if Nick Foles is the guy, if he's up for the challenge. Now, if the Eagles had Carson Wentz, we might have something there. But it's going to take a A+ effort, man. I'm talking about a perfect, no mistake, miraculous effort by Nick Foles in order to pull off this upset. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on Nick Foles to do it, but Nick Foles, he has confidence. He did play well in the conference championship game against the Vikings, 3 touchdowns. But it's gonna be a tough task, man. And we gotta see if Gronkowski, if he's gonna play or not due to the concussion that he suffered. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be another great Super Bowl and everything. But when you just sit down and think about it, man, Tom Brady at this point, he's already considered to be the greatest quarterback of all time, man. But the Patriots, in every Super Bowl they've won, it seemed like they've gotten a lucky break. The score's been super close in every Super Bowl they've been in. It's crazy how they always find a way, more times than not, to pull out the victory, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. But like I said, I would love to see the Eagles do it. If they can pull out the upset, but I'm not betting against 12. You can't do it at this point. He's shown time and time. It doesn't matter what happens. You take away his favorite target. Take away his favorite 2 targets. He's always going to find a way to pull out the victory, man.
Yes, indeed. So, folks, kick game. We'll see what happens. I'm going to break down the game probably next week. But, yeah, I feel you, bro. It's hard to beat them boys, but I'm going to tread lightly here because the Eagles have a guy who went against Colin Kaepernick on that roster who I believe is a certain word I'm not going to use on the radio. But so it's hard cheering for them too,
right?
Because I believe this man is a word I don't use on the radio. So I'm not trying to use that word to get off the radio. So, but if you know what I'm saying, if you're with me, you know who I'm insinuating this about. Who took the money and ran?
Right.
I'm not gonna go any further than that because bro, you know how that can go either way if I go too much further. So,
right.
I'm gonna let that slide there. So it's hard cheering for them too. So we got that. So bro, before we go, I got a couple of stories for you, bro. It's something that's near and dear to your heart. Florida man arrested pulling a gun on a McDonald's employee after the ice cream machine was down.
Hey, I think we talked about this before in the Boss Report story, the past. Hey, that's serious business, man. Like, okay, now if it's like late, you know, I can understand. Even though I'm mad, it's not up, it's not working. But I can understand. But it's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. I just got off work. And I want, you know, it's a nice day outside. And I want a caramel sundae or something like that, right? And you need to tell your ice cream machine is down. How? How?
Exactly.
So I can understand how people. How, you know, they can flip out sometimes by this ice cream machine, man. And it's been time you go to multiple different McDonald's here across Memphis. You know, I got like three here in the area that's close to me. And it's been times where I go to all three and the ice cream machine is down. How is that possible, man?
It shouldn't be possible, bro. It's not possible.
Makes no sense. No sense at all. So I have. Yeah. Hey, I can understand where that brother coming from, man. It's serious. It's serious business when the ice cream machine ain't working.
And last one I got for it, Florida woman is arrested after leaving her toddlers in a hot car along with dogs, shotgun, and baby gators while she went into Home Depot and Electronic Express to shop for household products.
Wait a minute now. So it was a baby in the car with alligators?
Yeah, baby toddlers in the car with a dog, alligators, and a shotgun while she went to Home Depot Electronic Express for household goods.
Wow. That's like a full house of just all type of wrong right there, man. Okay. Yeah, West Florida, man. Like, so that's a supreme Florida supreme story right there, man. I got all the elements.
You better believe it. So, bro, talk to us. What we got going this week? Click down there. Y'all, we have a Pro Bowl party. You having a Pro Bowl pre-game party. What you got going this week, man?
Man, well, we know we do our thing, man. Each and every Saturday it clicks. You know how it goes down, man. The livest party spot in the city. You know how we do it, man. Drake came through. Drake was in the city of Memphis this weekend, man. He came through and party with us, man. So we got Drake. You know, we got Drake coming out, man. So you know it's a good time, man. It clicks. You know, we're gonna do a Super Bowl party coming up and all that good stuff, man. But it's going down once again Saturday. So if you're in the city, look us up, man. Click Sports Bar and Billiards, #1 party spot in the city, man. Karaoke Saturday night with your boy.
That's the king of karaoke. Trustless Records. Jay. He's with the Bossman Show, people. Check him out.